Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the POSHMARK Pro Tips series. Today we are on video number 2. I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about the POSHMARK Ambassador Program. I'm going to tell you what it is, how you can become one, what the perks are, what the criteria is, all of it. I have got you. Let's jump right into it. So, what is a POSHMARK Ambassador? So it's a set of things. Officially, it's a title, but it's given to those on the platform that act kind of as mentors. They've achieved certain milestones, which I will get into those in a second, and in turn, they get rewarded for their efforts with things like events and affiliate campaign opportunities and the ability to host Poshmark parties and most of all, closet exposure, which in turn leads to more sales. But is it worth it? So I'm going to talk about all of those things, first starting with what are the criteria that you need to meet in order to become a Poshmark ambassador. So Poshmark has laid out a set of criteria that you must meet, and that includes 5,000 community shares, 5,000 self shares, 50 shares from new Poshmark users, 50 available listings in your closet, 15 sales, over a 4.5 star rating, a less than 3-day ship time, and 1 love note given to another Poshmark user. So let's dive into what each of those means, right? First, starting off with the shares. So first and foremost, what is a share? The best way I can describe a share is almost like a retweet on Twitter, but it's not posted to your profile. So you're sharing other people's listings with your feed and your followers, but it doesn't directly impact the look or the aesthetic of your closet. So it's just a nice way to give other people exposure for their listings, share cool listings with your audience that you think they may enjoy, all of that. So with Poshmark's first criteria, you have to share other people's listings 5,000 times, and it goes by individual items. So there are a number of ways you can do this. You can either go to your homepage and share the things that the people you follow have been sharing, or you can click directly on someone's closet and go in and reshare everything in their closet. There are many different ways to do this, and it is a great way to explore the app when you're first starting out and first getting your bearings and getting comfortable with what everything means. I would definitely recommend going and searching through people's direct closets. I would also say if you are trying to just very quickly achieve ambassador status, the quickest way to do it is to go to other people's closets directly. Just share everything and then move on to another user. This is what I did when I was first trying to achieve this milestone. I would literally allocate like 15 minutes several times a day where I would just go and get my reshares in, because 5,000 is a lot. It takes a while. And then similarly, you have to share items from your own closet 5,000 times. So that's just going directly to your closet portion on the app and resharing things individually. I like to start at the bottom and work my way to the top just so that it keeps the same aesthetic at all times. With this, I will say the more often that you are sharing your closet, the quicker you will make sales, because you're simply just giving yourself more exposure each and every time that you do this. Sharing your items with whoever's on the app at the moment, so a fresh set of eyes. And so yes, I have seen a dramatic increase in sales when I am actively sharing things from my closet. Going along with these two, their next criteria is to share items from new users 50 times. So this one I didn't have to put any thought into. It kind of just comes naturally when you're sharing 5,000 different times from people. You're bound to have 50 new people in that group. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. You must have 50 available listings, so 50 active things in your closet that people can buy. I will say this is on the higher end. I only met this milestone when I was in the thick of my reselling days and could easily have 50 to 100 different items at any different time. So this one was one of the trickier criteria to meet. I will say though, once you have met it and once you have become an ambassador, you don't need to maintain this 50 item mark. I think I only have around 15 to 20 items at the moment, but I'm still an ambassador. So while you're in the thick of trying to gain the status of ambassador though, yes, it is important that you keep and maintain 50 listings. You must also make 15 sales. So again, this comes naturally with time, and especially if you do have, upwards of 50 listings in your closet, this is gonna happen. Sales are really fun. They're the whole point of the app, unless you're just shopping on the app, but sales are really fun, and once you start getting sales, the rest of the criteria fall into place. So the next one is to have over a 4.5 star rating. Those ratings are directly correlated to your sales. Basically just the rating of your customer service that your buyers give to you. So I like to give the best possible customer service, and I have like a 4.99 star rating on the app, and people are pretty generous with their ratings for you. As long as you're shipping your item out quickly, you are packaging it nicely enough. I like to throw in a little thank you note with each package. I've done tissue paper in the past. I've done free surprise items in the past, all sorts of different things. We can get into that more in video 3, but just treating your buyer how you would want to be treated. And kind of going back to the ship time, one of Poshmark's milestones, their criteria for the ambassador program, is to have a ship time that is less than 3 days. So that just means packaging up your item and getting it to the post office within 3 days of the time that it's sold. That doesn't mean that it has to be to the buyer by that point, just that you've taken it to the post office. And when you do take it to the post office, it is important to mark that and indicate that in the app. There's going to be a section with 3 little boxes that you check off and then say, yay, I shipped it. And that lets Poshmark and the buyer know that you have taken their item to the post office and it is out of your hands now. It's up to USPS when that item gets there. But yes, be as quick and efficient as possible. We all like to get things quickly when we order something, and especially where we're so used to things like Amazon and Target or whatever that all have these quick 2-day shipping. We want our buyers to be happy and get their item as soon as possible. So definitely stay on top of that. And finally, Poshmark's final criteria is to give 1 love note to someone. So you have to purchase something from the app in order to do this. And once you've received your item, you will have the opportunity to go in and rate your purchase. So with your ratings, I believe you have to give 5 stars in order to give a love note with it, but you'll give your 5 stars and then it's going to have a little text area where you can just leave a note for the seller. And this is really nice. It does get shown to their closet. On any user's profile, you can go to their about section and see all of the love notes they've both received and given. So be really nice, be pleasant. A nice love note can draw people to your closet too. And so it's a sweet little way to engage with your community and to grow on the app for sure. But that's all of the criteria. That is how you become an ambassador. And so I want to talk about what some of the perks are, why you would spend the time going through all of this effort to become one. And of course, whether or not it's worth it at the end. So the biggest perk of the whole ambassador program, from my experience, is the closet exposure that you receive. Once you've achieved ambassador status, you are going to be recommended to new users when they're setting up their profile. So much like other social media, when you first create an account, it's going to give you recommended pages to follow. And as an ambassador, your closet and your profile is going to be recommended to these new users. So I will say, since becoming an ambassador, my following has absolutely skyrocketed. I have gained tens of thousands of followers this way, and I don't actively have to do anything. I have not followed a single person in years, I would say at this point, because I don't have to, because people are just following me naturally now, which is great. So before I was an ambassador, I'd say I was around like 2,000 followers maybe, and I am currently at 34,000. And like I said, I am not nearly as active on the platform as I used to be. So that is a nice perk. However, more followers, specifically on Poshmark, does not necessarily lead to more sales. And this is because, like I said, you are being recommended to new users. And from what I have gathered, the tendency is for new users to create an account, check out the app, and then just abandon it. So yeah, your follower count goes up, it looks nice and all, but from my experience, it does not at all lead to more sales or quicker sales or anything like that. There is absolutely no difference in the rate of sales I was making when I had 2,000 followers before I was an ambassador to now with 34,000. It's nice to see the followers and, you know, see this big account, but does it really make a difference? You know, we're all here to make sales essentially, right? And from what I can tell, no, not really. Aside from the closet exposure though, once you become an ambassador, you can immediately join Poshmark's affiliate program as well. So this is where you're acting somewhat as an influencer and you will be granted access to campaigns, which is like posting something on your Instagram feed or a Facebook timeline post or whatever the current campaign is. Now, when I first joined the program, they would pay you cash for some of these, but it has since changed to only Poshmark credit, and it's about $5 per campaign. So, you know, if you're using the app a lot to purchase things, yeah, that can be a cool incentive as well. Apart from that though, I don't use this. I haven't done a campaign in years. I don't even know when the last one was. I'd say probably like 2018, 2019 possibly. For me, it's just not worth the time and effort, but for some people it may be. On top of those, Poshmark claims that you can also be invited to Poshmark conferences or co-hosting a party on the app, or what they call Posh and Coffee or coffee chats or something like that, or receive their Poshmark newsletter. I don't know because I haven't personally seen any of these things as a result of being an ambassador, so that I don't know about. Can't speak on it, but apparently those are perks. So finally, is it worth it? And that's up to you. For me, it's a nice title to have. It's nice to say, oh yeah, I'm a Poshmark ambassador. You know, I've used that on resumes before when I was transitioning into the fashion industry because it piques people's interest, right? And then you can kind of elaborate on it and explain what it is. It's nice to include in a media kit if you are getting started as an influencer. So yeah, it's a nice title to hold. Apart from that, I'd say don't stress yourself out about becoming one, because if you are actively using the app and you enjoy using the app, all of the criteria that are in place to become an ambassador, you will meet them naturally with time. So yeah, you can definitely speed up the process. And like I said, when I was really aiming to get this title, I was sharing multiple times a day, like penciling it into my schedule, and you can definitely do all those sorts of things, but even if you don't, you're gonna become one with time if you are actively using the app. Consider for yourself whether it's worth it or not, but that is all I have for this video, you guys. This covers everything that I know about the Poshmark Ambassador program and how to become one, how I became one. I'd say once I really buckled down and knew that this was something I wanted to achieve, it only took me about a month or two to hit all the milestones. So it's definitely doable. Do it at your own pace, whatever feels natural for you, and good luck with it. I hope you enjoy becoming an ambassador if you choose to become one. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch me. If you did enjoy this one, I do have another Poshmark video that I will link below for you. This is a series that I am currently doing on my channel where I just give you all of my pro tips on how to use Poshmark, how to make the most of it. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe to my channel to see the rest of those videos. I do make other fashion and style content as well, and I do mindset and personal development and manifestation videos too. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely subscribe, like this video if it was helpful for you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.